Hey everybody, it's Courtney Greedy, and we are so honored that you've chosen to join us to watch either this live or watch the recording. We're going to share an amazing opportunity, something that's changed our lives, changed our families' lives, and we just want to invite you to watch to the end with a very open mind. Just check it out. There's no commitment required right now. There's nothing that you need to do besides just watch with an open mind. So if you have questions, if you're on live, just type in the chat box. You should see at the bottom of your screen, probably, that's where mine is, a little chat function, a chat choice. And I know when I've been on a phone, if you're on a phone, I haven't always seen it there, but if you're on a computer, it should be there. So you can just hit chat and then you can type your question in. And if you're watching the recording, just get in touch with the person who invited you here. So I'm gonna start a slideshow. This will make it easier. There we go. Okay, so why dōTERRA? Why right now? So recent studies showed that 70% of workers actually feel very disengaged from their work. The current work environment actually takes people away from their families, away from their passion, and away from their dreams. Many people are working long hours away from their family at jobs that are frustrating or depressing. What if there's something different out there? What if there's something that actually empowers people to fulfill their calling and lets them spend more time with their family? So if you're feeling restless, if you're feeling unsatisfied, if you just feel like maybe there has to be something different out there, there has to be a better way, then you're in exactly the right place. So these people were asked, what makes the perfect career? And usually when people are asked, what makes the perfect career? And before we even go farther, just take a second to picture your perfect career. What would it look like? Many people say that they would not have a boss. No boss. Nobody looking over their shoulder, no one micromanaging them, no one giving them a hard time. They wouldn't have a commute. There would be no need to drive 30 minutes on icy roads just to get to work. They'd be doing something positive, something meaningful, something that's adding value to the world. They'd be offering some sort of great product or great service. They'd have time freedom, possibly even location freedom. So with both of those, with time freedom, you would have freedom to pick up your kids from school, pick up freedom to sleep in if you don't have kids, just freedom to do things on your terms. And location freedom, that means you can work from anywhere. If you have your computer, if you have a cell phone, you can work from anywhere. Unlimited income. Lots of people are frustrated with the fact that yeah, maybe they'll get a raise next year, but it'll probably be maybe 3 to 5% of their current income if they're lucky. So unlimited income is one that people mention quite a bit. The potential for personal growth. So something that makes them stretch as a person. Lots of perks. Maybe they get some cool gifts or cool incentives. Low risk. People don't want risk, especially after the recession that we're finally coming out of. People they don't want risk. They want something that's safe, something that's stable. Low startup costs, something that doesn't cost thousands and thousands of dollars to get started with. And something that's fun, something that really fulfills us. And if you think about it, there's 5 job categories. So there's blue collar, there's white collar, sales, traditional business ownership, and investing. So blue collar, this is a member of the working class. This is someone who performs some sort of manual labor, whether they fix something, make something, clean something, build something. They're doing something usually with their hands or with their body in some way. They're working hard physically. And while this can be very rewarding, it can be really rewarding to put in a long day's work and come home exhausted at the end of the day. If you do that for 30, 40 years, it is going to wear you out. You're going to be tired and exhausted, and your body just won't let you do it for that long, usually. So does this deliver on the perfect career list when we think back to that? No, it doesn't. There's no freedom there. You're stuck at your job. Then there's a white-collar job. White-collar job is someone who performs managerial or administrative work. This is some sort of professional, usually working from an office or a cubicle. This is usually considered to be very safe, very socially accepted, very stable. It can also suck the life out of you, working under those fluorescent lights, being locked up inside all day, working long hours, doing things that don't really seem to matter for people who may or may not appreciate you. And again, white collar work, it just can't deliver on the ideal career list. Sales. So this is where it gets a little more exciting. With a sales job, you're paid on production rather than salary, which is usually white collar work, or blue collar hourly work, something like that. So with sales, you can make excellent money. I've seen a lot of salespeople that are just raking it in. But usually what happens at that point is their territory shrinks and their quotas go up. It gets harder. The rules change. So, or another thing that can happen is you can lose your very best customer. So maybe you have like a big customer that's just buying consistently, and that customer goes away. What happens? So usually these salespeople, they work more and more to keep up. They can work 40, 50, 60, 70, 80-hour work weeks just trying to keep up with their sales quotas. And again, that can definitely suck the life out of you. So a good sales career can pay the bills, but does it light up with all those, the time freedom, location freedom, all the things on the perfect career list? No, it doesn't. And then there's traditional business ownership. This sounds really good in theory. This is the American dream. Start a business, people flock to you, they buy your stuff, you're a millionaire. So what almost happens all the time instead of that American dream is people use their life savings or take on tons of debt to get started. Then they take on more debt, renting a space, buying products to sell, just investing in their business. Then they are tied to that job. They're tied to that business. They have to do everything to get the business up and running. They are the accountant. They're the marketer. They're the salesperson. They're the secretary. They're doing everything. They're exhausted. They're the first ones to get there and the last ones to leave. And then what happens is either they succeed or they fail. And those that succeed, usually they can do really well, but sometimes they just kind of just work until they get their investment back, and then they shut their doors. And then there's people who just want to get their investment back, and they just work and work and work and never do, and end up filing bankruptcy and then falling back on a more traditional sales or blue collar or white collar job. And then lastly, there's the investing. So investing can work if you have a ton of money and if you have a ton of knowledge and experience. So good examples of investing are real estate and the stock market. So real estate, this can go really well, but a lot of people, when they get started in real estate investing, they take on a lot of debt. And they can float it, but something happens like what happened in 2008, and the housing market crashes, and there goes their income right there. Everything's sunk. And with the real estate, with stock market, it's just so volatile. So I believe that investing is definitely part of the strategy for long-term wealth building. But as far as making that our main source of income, it only works for a very select few. So if these are the 5 job categories out there, is there any other option? Yes, thank goodness. Network marketing is an option. With network marketing, you're paid on a performance basis. If you perform, you get paid. If you don't perform, you don't get paid. You can build a team to help you with that performance. This team can help you earn residual income on your whole entire team effort. The bigger the team, the more effective the team that you build, the stronger the team culture, the more that you're going to make. You're the CEO from day one. You are in charge of everything in your business. But you have corporate support. So it's not like that traditional business model where you're everything. You're trying to answer the phone, where you're trying to schedule things, where you're trying to make purchasing and sourcing decisions. There's excellent corporate support in the form of shipping, in the form of customer service, in the form of training. So you have complete support with network marketing. Network marketing can be really fun. And especially if you're totally in love with the product that you're sharing, it can just be a joy to watch people's lives transform as you share a product with them. There's a catch here. For some people, network marketing has a negative light. Did you know that? I know you knew that. So just being aware of what can be seen as negative with network marketing. Why people don't like network marketing, there's usually a very good reason. So when I hear that someone is like, oh, that's one of those pyramid schemes, I know that there's probably a story there. That probably what's happened is they or someone that they know have tried and failed with network marketing. when actually they never got started. So I've seen this many times. People start a business, they get really excited, they do some Facebook posts, they don't step out of their comfort zone, they don't really grow their network, they don't really do the action steps, the training that we recommend, and then they blame it on network marketing, that they never made much money. So a lot of people sign up, they hope to get lucky, they hope to sign on that superstar that just takes off and builds a business for them. They just have unrealistic expectations. And then of course they're going to get disappointed when it doesn't work if their expectations are unrealistic. And the truth is that network marketing is just like any other business. It builds slowly over time, almost always. Of course, there are those superstars, the stories that we hear about, but usually it grows slowly over time. I'm talking like 3 to 5 years. So I would recommend, my alarm's going off, recommend that if you do choose any form of network marketing, whether it be dōTERRA or not, just make it an effort to stick with it for 3 to 5 years. And that can really help you to build an amazing income stream. So network marketing isn't perfect, it's just better. Has a lot more in line with that ideal career that we mentioned. Let's talk about how to pick the right company. I don't want to just blast dōTERRA on you and make you think that this is the only company that's out there that's any good, because there's a lot of other good companies out there. Some things you should know though, whatever company you go with, it needs to be unique. It needs to have a unique product that nobody else has, that people can't get anywhere else. It needs to be something that people will want once they're educated on it. So it has to be something that people desire. And it needs to be consumable. Reordering is essential if you want stable long-term income. And we really want it to be something that people want more of, that they are desiring. We don't want to have to twist their arm or feel like we're guilt tripping people into buying our product. We want it to be something that they just want from a deep level in their soul. Let's get more dōTERRA specific. Is dōTERRA unique? Absolutely. No other company is doing what dōTERRA is doing. There is no other essential oil company that's doing things in the same way. There's a lot of copycats springing up. There's people who use a lot of the same verbiage on their website or talk about their sourcing in the same way. And I was even at Walmart the other day, and I always get curious. I have to check out what oils these stores have. And these were not certified pure therapeutic grade or even therapeutic grade. These were just fragrance oils. It said it on the bottle. They smelled horrible, smelled like chemicals, and they looked very similar to dōTERRA bottles. They were so similar that it was kind of mind-blowing how similar they could look. The truth is that no company is using a sourcing model like dōTERRA that's sustainable and creating income for people who need it most all over the world. dōTERRA sources from 40 different countries. They do this on purpose. Most other oil companies are going through a middleman, a handful of middlemen, people who are connected to the farmers instead of the company having to be on the ground with those people in all the countries all over the world. But dōTERRA wants to reach out to these communities and to make these communities stronger. And no other company is doing the amount of testing that dōTERRA is doing. dōTERRA has invented a lot of the tests that they do, and that's because as oils have become more and more popular, the ways that people hide synthetics and hide adulterants and hide the different additives in essential oils has gotten a lot more sophisticated. And the testing that was cutting edge 5 years ago isn't doing it anymore. So dōTERRA actually employs more than 40 full-time scientists. And these are scientists that are essential oil experts, people who have been studying oils, studying the body, studying nutrition, studying health for many, many years. And these scientists work together to test the oils and to come up with different ways they test dōTERRA oils and they test competitors' oils to see who's trying to slide things under the radar. And it might not be that they're trying to slide things under the radar and get these synthetics into the bottles. It's just more the other companies don't know that there's more sophisticated testing out there. So dōTERRA is completely unique. There is nothing like it. If anyone tries to tell you that their oils are just like dōTERRA's, it's not true. As of now, 80% of dōTERRA's oils are uniquely sourced, and their big goal is to make that 100%, where you just can't get anything that dōTERRA offers anywhere else. Is doTERRA desirable? Do people want these oils? Absolutely. I've seen it so many times. I've helped over 100 families get started with oils now, and I have seen it over and over again that people, when that light bulb goes on, when they see what our oils can do, they really can't get enough, and they want it. It's very, very desirable. Is it consumable? Absolutely, with the right education and the right support. So those are key. Again, this isn't get rich quick. This isn't like you don't have to ever work. You don't have to put hours in. That's absolutely not true. You will be working with people. You will be educating them on how to use their oils and supporting them as they get started and as they keep using oils, what other oils can help them. And when we do this, people are going to reorder often because they understand how much their oils can help them. A recent study showed that 73% of people are open to natural products to improve their health. And 51% of the general population has used essential oils in one form or another. And of the general population, only 13% are familiar with doTERRA. Now, the study is a couple years old, so those numbers they've honestly probably gone up a little bit. I think probably more than 13%, depending on where you live, of the population has heard of doTERRA at least. But it is still just wide open. This company is poised for so much growth over the next decade. What's possible? What could you create with doTERRA? You can earn an excellent income while sharing a product you love that you know changes lives. If you've had we call them an oil experience, one of those like your kid has a stomach ache and you put some peppermint on them and within minutes they're feeling better. What's that all about? That's the oils at work. That's the powerful digestive support that oils can give us. You can build a team of like-minded people who are amazing people, who you grow to love like family. This is your tribe that you can build. You can receive incentives and bonuses. There's trips available to earn and oils that you can earn and oils that you can just receive as gifts. And there's health bonuses too. So we recommend that if you're going to choose to do doTERRA as a business, if you're going to choose to add an income stream with doTERRA, that you are using all the products that support health, support focus and stress levels, digestion, immune function, and sleep. And I know this picture is fuzzy. I'm so sorry. You'll learn that doTERRA is very humble, and it is hard to find information like this online. So this was the only slide I could find. It's pixelated, but you get the general idea. So you can see what has happened with doTERRA. About year 4.5, something happened. Something clicked, and doTERRA's growth just skyrocketed. And we talked about people going into debt to start businesses or using all their savings to start businesses. And that is what happened with doTERRA at first. There's 7 owners of doTERRA, and just those 7 owners alone, this provides a lot of checks and balances and makes doTERRA a very strong company. And these 7 owners, 3 of them in particular, dumped their savings into this company, dumped their 401ks, dumped anything they could, lived on yogurt and almonds, they've told us, just to get this company going. And now, based on current projected sales, doTERRA is actually the largest network marketing in the US, and it's in the top 20 in the entire world. Now, don't let that scare you. Don't let that make you think that maybe there's no more room for growth if we've already had that much, if there's already that many, if it is the largest network marketing company in the US. We're a $1 billion company right now. And the conservative projection, like not this extreme growth, but a lot more conservative projection, is that we'll experience growth up to $10 to $15 billion a year in the next 10 years. So going from a $1 billion company to a $10 to $15 billion company in the next 10 years is what's projected here. So it's a lot of people. That's a lot of lives that we can change and impact with oils. So now, doTERRA is a debt-free company, and they're committed to getting you out of debt. That's their big goal, is to help more people than anyone else get out of debt. They're a science-based company. We talked about the scientists that they employ in-house. So there's tons of research happening daily in-house. If you go tour doTERRA, if you're ever in Salt Lake City, the doTERRA campus is just 45 minutes south, and you can actually tour the the facility, and you can see where the testing happens and see where the bottling happens. It's really cool. But what's even more exciting than the in-house testing, because yeah, it's cool if a company tests their own product, but what happens when other people test the product? What if maybe Johns Hopkins University was testing this, or the University of Utah? And there's so many universities and hospitals and schools testing these oils. They're testing them for cellular health applications. They're testing them in a hospital setting. The sleep research is really exciting that's come out, and the immune function is really exciting too. And I mentioned the executive leadership, the excellent executive leadership, the fact that there's actually 7 owners. So that's really stable instead of maybe there's just one owner who's making all the decisions and there's no one to talk things through and those checks and balances. So this picture here, the woman in the middle with the white coat and pants on, with the blonder hair, this is Emily Wright. She's one of the executives. And this is me in the pink and 3 of my team members that I love so much. We actually got to meet Emily Wright. She came to Loveland, Colorado last year, maybe it was just the spring. And we got to meet her and talk with her. So these are real people. It's fun to see who's actually making dōTERRA happen. It's really, I've just been so impressed with the executives. Okay, I know you want to know how in the world would I earn money. First off, you can sell oils at retail. So when you sell oils at retail, you get 25%. And basically, the bottom line to the way you earn money is you share oils with people, you show them what oils can do, and then you help those people get oils into their hands. They're going to want them when they see what they can do. So retail, like I said, you get 25%. Fast start, this is anytime that someone opens a wholesale account with you, you get 20% of their sales for their first 60 days. So this is everyone that gets started with a wholesale account under you. You get 20%. And then if they get someone started, you get 10%. And if that person gets someone started, you get 5% of that. So that's the team efforts in effect. And then there's the power of 3 bonus. So basically this one, when you get this set up on your front line, on your first level, you get $50. When you get it set up on your second level, you get $250. And on your third level, you get $1,500. So this is a really exciting one. And that's just a very basic overview, but that's the general idea of that one. And unilevel, this is the residual income piece. So what a unilevel is it's just a form of a compensation plan that different network marketing companies use. Some people use a unilevel, some companies use a unilevel, some companies use a different form of compensation plan. This one's really powerful because we get paid more on our lower levels than we do on the top levels. This can make the income build a little slower over time, but over time, just think of the triangle that everyone thinks of with network marketing, the pyramid. Don't you want to get paid more on that lower level where you've got a lot more people? Yeah, this can make a huge difference in your paycheck rather than if it's switched and you're getting paid more on the top levels. And then there's loyalty reward points. So loyalty reward points are points that you get back on your order. It's just basically dōTERRA dollars. It's credit for more product. So what's required if you want to succeed here? There's passion and commitment and hunger for something different, just wanting something different. There is a monthly order of 150 PV, which is basically $150 in oils and oil blends, plus tax and shipping. Some of the other products, the PV doesn't always line up with the dollars. But there is a monthly order, and what that does for us is it qualifies you for commissions. It gets plenty of oils in your hands and plenty of products in your hands, so you become knowledgeable about everything. And you can sell that. So if that's a stretch for you at first, I know it definitely was for me, I resold a lot of it, or I got people to help me out with my order. I'd be like, someone might just want like a bottle of lavender and a bottle of peppermint. So I would put that on my order, and that would go towards my monthly order. And that's the loyalty rewards I mentioned. This is what we get the points on. So with that, you're either getting 10 to 30% of those points back in product credit. And another thing that's required is consistency and also engagement with your business, engagement with your upline and your team and future customers, current wholesale customers. Just engaging is very important. And a willingness to grow, a willingness to be trainable, a willingness to be coachable, a willingness to put yourself out there and stretch yourself. You can actually start earning free products right away if you, this first one is just even if you don't want to start a dōTERRA business. If you're brand new to dōTERRA, right now there's a New Year, New You promotion going on, and this is January and February of 2017. So if you start with a wholesale account in January or February of 2017, and you do another 100 PV order the next month, so 100 PV order this month, 100 PV order next month, you actually get a $100 credit. So this is a super exciting promotion because you get to pick whatever you want. And we have a lot of other promotions that are good, but this is really one of my favorites because it's just you have control over what you get. And then for everyone, they're actually giving away Jasmine and Rose and 2 different roller balls. One's called One and one's called Aspire. And you can get these just for helping people get started with oils. So if this sounds like something that you want more about, there's a couple things you can do. Reach out to the person who invited you here. That's your first step. And then you can interview each other. They can talk to you and see if they think you'd be a good fit. We want people who want to be here. And you can talk to them and see if you think it would be a good fit for you too. And then you can launch your business. You can get started. And starting a dōTERRA business was the smartest thing I ever did. I'm so excited to see where my team's going, where my family's going with this. And so if you have questions, if you want to know more, like I said, reach out to the person who invited you here and we can fill you in. All right. Thanks for hanging out and we will talk soon. Bye.